Hey guys, good afternoon. This is Jordan with Premier Auto Lounge, and behind me I have a very controversial vehicle. It is a 2023 Fisker Ocean 1. They only made 5,000 of these, and this is really my first impression of the car. We just drove it 3 blocks from the showroom, so I'm going to do a full in-depth review on this vehicle, and it's extremely controversial, and I'll go over that in a few. So behind us, you'll see this in Mythos Blue. This is a Fisker Ocean 1. This car, basically Fisker was very popular in 2010, 11, 12, etc. They had the Fisker sedan that was a full solar system at the top, and that company ended up going bankrupt. So a few years ago, someone else bought over the company, the whole operation, and they came out with the first SUV, the Fisker Ocean. They have many different aspects of the Ocean. This is the 1 edition. This is the highest ranked model. This has an MSRP of $75,000. And this car only has 1,400 miles. It's 3 months old, and we're only asking $53,000. So the EVs have taken quite the hit. The Fisker is a very controversial vehicle because these have a lot of software updates that just aren't coming to market yet. The company keeps pushing out these updates, but they're not pushing them to the consumer. So sometimes the vehicle features can't be used. So we're going to do a full walkthrough with this vehicle. As you can tell, it's brand new. It's only got 1,400 miles to it. And I would like to go over some of the cool things that I've seen about the car so far. And I guess we'll just kind of get right into it. So first thing with the key is extremely lightweight. This hang tag actually weighs more than the key. So it's very lightweight. It is very cheap feeling and plasticky. As you can tell, it's already coming off the key, like all the writing over here already. So when I first got up to the vehicle, I thought, okay, keyless entry, let me just walk up to it. I'm not sure how to use the keyless entry in this vehicle, if there is keyless entry in this vehicle, or again, if that is a software update. So we'll go ahead and just start with unlocking the door with the key. Perfect. And all the door handles come out, same on the other side. Okay, so we'll go over the body style of this car. It is very interesting looking. It is a compact mid-size SUV. When I first brought this car in and I saw it, the first thing that really caught my attention was the wheels. These are a 3-spoke wheel, but this is forged carbon fiber. I mean, this is something that you see on like Lamborghini Evos and a lot of crazy exotic cars. So it's very interesting that they use a forged carbon fiber 3-piece on this wheel. I thought it was extremely interesting, especially to be used on a not so expensive EV, but cool nonetheless. And I do love the baby blue brakes that Fisker did that came with it as well. So as we move around the car, the back of the vehicle is interesting looking. It looks very thin. The lights are very thin. I like the branding of Fisker and the Ocean. I love the 1 over here to show which model it is, all the parking sensors. And just like in the new C8 Corvette, you have a rear camera instead of actual rear view mirror. You can use a rear view mirror, but it does have a camera. As we lock and unlock the car, you can go ahead and see how the lights work, how they kind of come on. And I think they do like a little bit of a motion. Yep. So pretty cool. It also does that in the front. I thought it is an interesting touch to the Fisker. You have your backup camera here, all your sensors. Let's go ahead and open the trunk. And this lights up, I just noticed as well. Pretty cool. So not that big of trunk space for an SUV. Here's more space in the back. Of course, no motor, full electric, and I believe you get about 315 miles on full charge. This one does have nice fender flares. It is pretty big on the side, does make it a little bit sporty and aggressive. I do like this little sidebar over here. I think this is a turning light, but I'm not too sure. And then I do like these turning mirrors. I like that there's 2 lines here and it is black. It's a nice touch to the car as well. And the front end is a little interesting. It looks very 3D printed. This does light up, and when you unlock the car, the Ocean comes out of nowhere and you have one long seamless LED light connecting to where it says Ocean in the front. Here's going to be your cruise control and all your sensors, your front camera. This is a bit cheap looking. And the front is very interesting. It almost looks like a Honda hybrid, but again, it is its own model, I guess. And then you have some airflow here on your side signals over there. You have some airflow, but it doesn't really do much. This is going to be your charging. You go ahead and push it open when the car is unlocked. And then this is a universal charger. So if you want to use a Tesla charger, you have to buy an adapter because the Tesla charger is just this piece, but because it comes standard with the full 2 chargers on the top and bottom, you do have to buy an adapter. Okay, so overall, I think the look of the car is just all right. It is a very interesting looking vehicle. I've never seen one on the road personally. This is the first one. We did buy it from a family friend, and they actually traded this in to go buy a Tesla. She took a pretty big hit in 3 months, I'm not gonna lie, but the market is very up and down on these cars. Not many are in the market. There's only 5,000 of these made. This is number 4,000, I think 170 or something like that. A cool feature that I do like, and we'll see in this inside as well, this is a massive panoramic sunroof, but it's also the solar panel. So it's a massive solar panel, but it's also a full panoramic sunroof. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, now going into the vehicle, this is basically going to be first impressions for me because I haven't really played with this car yet or really tested all the features. The interior is fairly interesting. You do have a really nice white leather on the sides, but then you also have like this gray and black suede Alcantara feel in all of the seats. I do like how the seats look, and I really do like the headrest and the back of the headrest. I think it looks extremely sporty. The seats are comfortable. I only drove it 3 blocks from the store over to our filming location, but I have to say a lot of this feels pretty cheap. You do have 2 wireless charging pads, but the leather feels nice, and so does the suede. And then in here, let that open, it's kind of like you're in an airplane. You have 2 of these guys. One, I guess you only have one for your passenger or for your driver, whichever way you want to use it, hopefully not for the driver. And a cool little quirk and feature you have here is like this human Spider-Man. I don't know. If you guys want to let me know what this is, I don't know if it's like a ninja or a Spider-Man. Oh, it's a rock climber. Oh, okay, it's someone looks like that they're climbing rocks. I'm not sure what that has to do with Fisker or the ocean, but I guess a little Easter egg, huh? All right, so when you come inside, the back seats are fairly plain. These mats down here are going to be, they call them the ocean mats. I believe they're $300 or $350 upgrade. I think this is like a cool little headrest. I mean, it's different for sure. The 3-color interior, not the biggest fan of. I love white interior, but matching it with gray, it's a bit dull. I do like the black in between, matches well with the seatbelts and the frame. But besides that, I don't know if I love the gray on the inside. When you come in the back, it's fairly spacious. So you have a full panoramic roof, which is interesting because you can't see out of it unless it's open, but it is the solar panel, which the old Fisker was known for as well. I do like the suede in the top of the headliner. I think that makes the car feel a little bit more expensive. The doors are nice and heavy. The door handles don't feel cheap. The car itself back here is fairly plain though, I have to say. So going into the middle here, oh, some sort of screen, still has the plastic on it. Maybe just a tablet. Nope. When I turn the car on, I'll go ahead and come back here and see what this is. And then you have 2 cup holders here, which is kind of flimsy. All right, now doing a full walk around of the car, trying to see a couple other things that I might find a little interesting. I'm not sure why power is here. I'm not sure really what that means. But the interior is very minimalistic, just like most EVs are. As you guys know, Tesla is extremely minimalistic. You have all your buttons here for lock, unlock, all your windows. This feels a bit cheap. I do like the white leather, and this feels super cheap as well. So for a $70-something thousand car, I think Fisker could have used a little bit better materials. So now, this here, God forbid your battery is fully dead, this is going to be a little pull handle that should unlock this for your charging cable. It does. Okay, so if the car's having a dead battery, it's tough to get in the car, this will go ahead and do a pull cable for your charging. There is a star button on the key. I'm not sure what this is for. Oh, okay, so if you hold this button down, this opens the panoramic roof and opens all the windows. Okay, pretty cool. And the car looks good open. Oh, and one more feature I did see when the guys were taking photos. So in these, oh wow, cool. These little not third row, but rear seat like windows come out. But what I thought is really cool is this glass window goes down too. I thought that was pretty cool. Toyota 4Runner has been doing this for years. Trucks do this too, where the glass goes open and closed. But this is a pretty cool feature from Fisker. I think that it gives it a nice feel throughout the cabin while driving, if that's your thing. So if you push the button again, will it close it? It does. Okay, so if you hold the button for 3 seconds, everything starts to close. The panoramic roof comes back up. These windows go up, and then this back glass goes up as well. All right, shall we move on to the inside of the car? I still don't know how to open the front. Huh, we'll figure it out. To turn the car on, you just walk in with the key. Close the door, of course, and then just like with a Tesla, you put your foot on the brake, and then you're ready to go. You have 2 wireless charging pads, 2 cup holders. This feels very cheap, and of course your center console. Now this is one big air vent, right? And then you also have not a glove compartment, but another table. What do these people think? They're airplanes. So a bunch of tables, nothing, I don't see anything that like, yeah, this is not a compartment. So very interesting. The minimalistic design is super cheap feeling. I keep saying cheap. I just think for a $70,000 plus car, it should feel a little bit better. You have different driving modes that we'll have to get into when we do a driving test. Oh, here you go. You have fun mode, hyper, and earth. So not sure the difference. Okay, so the design is interesting because this screen is super small, but it is not blocked by the steering wheel, which is nice. I know the new Prius, the design is small up here, and the steering wheel blocks half of it. So that was a big thing that Toyota did wrong. Moving up here to the rear view mirror. So you have a regular rear view mirror, as I mentioned, but then just like in the Corvette, you have a full camera. I love this. I love that car brands have been doing this. This is a really nice feature. You can play with your brightness, your contrast. That's pretty cool. So first time playing with this, I think that's a pretty awesome feature. Oh, you can move it up and down too. That's pretty cool. And then back to normal, I guess. Up here is going to be your panoramic roof. These buttons are one touch. There's nothing that, you don't push into anything. Everything is one touch. So let's go ahead and see if we... Oh, okay. So this is just like the button on the key fob, the star button. You want to open up everything at once, you just use this button here. Now, when you put the car into reverse or drive and you get closer, it sounds like an ocean is getting closer and closer. That's an interesting sound, but I think it meshes well with the car. So sitting in the driver's seat, it's very comfortable. The steering wheel is an interesting design. Feels very EV-like when you turn. I'm not sure about what these buttons are here. I think this is your distance control for cruise control. Volume is going to be here. And then obviously you can go through your settings with these, and then speaker for Bluetooth. And then your drive modes is going to be over here as well. I still don't know where the latch is to pull the front, but we'll figure that out. So we still have plastic on the screens because we want to keep it as new as possible for the next buyer. The sound system is actually pretty good. Sure what this, like this little black box is here. This might be something to watch your eyes. Coming over to the screen, it's one massive tablet. You have these little buttons down here to control your radio, your AC. You have heated seats in the front and back. And the touchscreen is a little laggy, but that could be because we have the plastic still on. And then this is your home button. This is going to be your volume up and down, your AC up and down. And I like this little fan here. When you go up, the fan turns right. When you go down, the fan turns left. Little quirk, but pretty cool. Here's all your cameras. This is going to be like a 3D version of the right side, 3D version of the left side. And then you have the front camera, 360 camera, and then your rear camera. So pretty cool, but very basic. This is going to be your map. If we go to settings, let's see, fan. So this can be for your AC, music. The sound system's pretty good. I'm not sure who the sound system is by. There's no branding, but if anything, I would have to say maybe Bose. And then you have your nav, your music, your phone. So everything really comes down here. Let's go ahead and exit out of the camera to see if we can get a better screen. There we go. Okay, so phone, music, nav, yep, map, charging stations, which is pretty cool, and then your Fisker button. So the Fisker button is just I guess everything in one, like your heated seats. Here's your charging button. Fairly basic. Back down to your AC, and then settings. So let's go through settings and go ahead and see how easy this is to use. Adjust the steering wheel. So there we go. Okay. Up and down, in and out. Not bad. Okay. And then you have language, driving, regenerative braking, low, medium, high. Provides a burst of maximum acceleration while in hyper drive mode. So, okay, we'll have to do that. So hyper is the better one. So we'll do a boost. You have 500 left. We'll use one. So come to a complete stop. Confirm vehicle drive is set to hyper. Fully press accelerator pedal. Seems fairly easy. We'll have to try that on our drive out. So audio, DJX 3D surround. So DJX is going to be your music or your speaker company. Connectivity is probably for Bluetooth. Display is going to probably be brightness, touchscreen, stuff like that. Lighting. I didn't see any. Oh, there is ambient lighting. Okay. Ambient lighting is just white, but pretty cool. Nice little touch. I would hope in 2023 there is ambient lighting. Safety. You have all your lane warnings, driver assistance, blind spot, everything like that. And then driver assistant, you do have FI Pilot, but this is still under, you still have software updates for this, and that was the previous owner's main thing. I've never seen lime green lines. Really cool. The backup camera is very clear, so that is a positive. And then it does show you, I guess, which way you're going to be turning. Yeah. All right. So, okay. So it'll show you if you're going to hit anything or not. You also have boost ready. So we're going to go ahead and try that as well when we drive off, when we're ready to go. I'm excited to see the acceleration of this car. Cool. And then 3D surround. That's awesome. It makes the Fisker look much more aggressive in the video camera. Now this is going to be first driving impressions of the Fisker. It does feel very much like an EV. It does have some strange ocean sound going on. So we are in hyper mode. There is earth mode, which is comfort cruise, fun, which is kind of like sport, and then you have hyper, which is like a sport plus. We do have regenerative braking, high, medium, low, and so we're gonna boost. We're gonna hit a boost on this car, basically like a launch control. So basically, what you have to do, you have to put the car in hyper, which we are in. Okay, come to a complete stop. Firmly press the accelerator pedal all the way. So let's go out to a major road and we'll give it a rip. Stop all the way. We're in hyper. Not bad. A bit slower than I was anticipating. We're gonna go ahead and do that one more time. We'll go ahead and do a 0 to 60 run as well. All right, this is 0 to 60 in hyper mode in the Fisker Ocean 1. Ready, set, go. 4.7. So sub 5 seconds is 0 to 60. At the very beginning, you lose some traction, but it does hit the traction right away after the first like half a second. All right, this is 0 to 60 in earth mode in the Fisker 1. About a second longer, and it definitely, the throttle response takes some time to get used to. When you go all the way down on the throttle, it takes like a half a second lag, whereas if you do it in hyper mode, it's pretty instant. So we'll try fun mode here, 0 to 60 at the stop sign, so that way we have fun mode, hyper mode, and earth mode. So let's go ahead and retime that. That last one was 6.06 seconds. This is 0 to 60 in the Fisker Ocean 1 in fun mode. Here we go. A little bit faster on the throttle response. Not bad. 5.06, so about half a second slower than in hyper mode. So fun mode is like sport mode. That's about 5 seconds flat on 0 to 60. But then you have hyper mode, which is like sport plus all out. That was under 5 seconds, about 4.7 was our average. And then you have earth mode, which is much slower. So this was my honest review about the Fisker Ocean 1. Let me know about your thoughts in the comments. If you would buy this vehicle, if you would drive this vehicle, and how this competes with other EVs in the market like the Tesla or the Rivian. I hope you enjoy. This is a very interesting car, a lot of quirks, a lot of features. We're about to go drive it and see how the drivability is of this vehicle. Thanks for watching, and you can find this one for sale at Premier Auto Lounge in Clearwater, Florida.